Good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to congratulate and celebrate Ben and Erica for their vision and launching of Life Beyond Adversity. Can we put our hands together for them? Tonight, I'm just absolutely excited about being a part of this launch. And the reason why I'm so excited about this is because I looked at television today, and I've been looking at it over the last couple of weeks, and almost it's coming to the point that I don't want to watch the news because there's so much going on. There's so much peril and difficulty all around us. And the sad reality is much of it is done by many of our young people and juveniles. As I looked at the stats today about all of the young people that are in the juvenile system, we found that there are thousands that are already having records, and they're only 12, 13, and 14 years of age. And there are some that because someone did not step in their path to show them a better way, that now they've grown to be adults and they're still committing the same types of crimes. And now they're in and out of 33rd and even out of state prison. And I began to sit there and wonder, what can we do about something like this? I'm from Richmond Heights too. I grew up in Orlando, and unfortunately the rest of them went to Oak Ridge. I went to the real school, Jones High. However, I grew up here in Orlando, and I watched this small town evolve into the metropolitan hub and city that it is becoming. And I've watched the growing pains before our good and our bad. And as a result of it, what I've watched is a lot of us who have left what I know as the hood, left what I know as that place we used to play in, Willie Mays Park, and sometimes in Motown, Murchison Terrace, and Pork and Bean. You're from Orlando, you know what I'm talking about. And those different areas. And somehow we've allowed our success to take us so far that we've forgotten where we have come from. It's not that we don't know our stories. It's not that we don't remember our pain. But sometimes it's our pain that drives us away and say, I'm going to get so far away from this that I never want to look back. But I really believe that the reason why God has allowed every one of us in here to experience the success that we have experienced is simply because it's not to give you the best car to drive or the best house to live in or have the greatest name in the city. But I believe the greatest in this room are those who will serve. Those who will look back, and when they're converted, when they excel, when they reach the climax of their life, they'll reach back and make sure that there are other youngsters that may not have had the opportunity that you had. They may not have run into the person that changed your direction, for you to be that light in their life, to show them in a dark path a light to the pathway of success. And I want you to know tonight that life beyond adversity is not talking about the problem, but life beyond adversity is becoming the solution. Life beyond adversity is giving every person in this room the opportunity not to be a part of the problem, but the solution. How? By investing not just money, but time. Think about it. If you spent 1 hour with a young man or a young lady, showing them your path to success, showing them how you do what you do every day, and that 1 hour saved their life. That 1 hour kept them out of jail. That 1 hour kept them out of the hood making the wrong decision. That 1 hour showed them a better way beyond where they live. How much would you pay to invest in that? Just the other day, as I'm wrapping this up, a young man called me and he said, Bishop Cobaris. I said, yes, Raphael. He said, I was just involved in what happened at the Mobil station where the 21-year-old was killed the other night. I said, what do you mean that you're involved? Are you just being recorded? I need to make sure I'm not going down with you. However, he said, I left the scene because this young man was my friend, and he took, and someone else took his life. The reason why he called me, because now they put out a hit on his life because the friends feel like he had something to do with it, and he set the young man up. This young man has been to my congregation many, many times. He's heard me preach forcefully how you need to take a better path. But it wasn't until his life is now being threatened and challenged because of the involvement of the street life that he is in, that he's now saying, I gotta get my life together. I gotta be a father to my baby. I've got to go in a different direction. And immediately I didn't judge him, I didn't condemn him, but I extended my arms to let him know, hey, no matter what has happened, no matter what has gone wrong, the moment you made that decision to turn in the right direction is a start of a brand new day for you. And the reality is that he and many others are out there just looking for someone to call, looking for someone to invest in their life, looking for someone to show them a different direction. And while I was at the Black Lives Matter March in Apopka, and the reason why I was there simply because I want the people to understand more than just the narrative of Black Lives Matter, there has to be something that's done at the end of the march. And while I was there was a teenager there, and he said, the reason why I'm so excited about being a part of this march is because before I knew the march was going to happen, I was about to go do something wrong. But when I saw that something positive was coming through my community, instead of going in the wrong direction, guess what I did? I joined the march and marched from my hood to the police station. I'm saying all that to say this tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're successful. God has blessed us. God has given us increase. God has given us more than we deserve. Now what will you do to give back? What will you do to invest in someone else that may not have anyone to invest in them? What will you do tonight after we put down the drinks and we stop the conversations and we go back to living our lives and go back to work tomorrow? What will you do along with the other things that you have in your life to make a difference in someone else's life? May I encourage you as a pastor and challenge you as a community activist and leader that the best thing that you can do is invest in the generation that's coming behind you. And you invest in them by letting them know that no matter where they live, what they've done, what they've been involved in, no matter what their family background is, they can succeed, they can excel, they can go to college, they can own a business, they can be an attorney, they can be the next mayor, and if they're female, the next president of the United States. So tonight, as I bring my words to a close, let me read this. It says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, famous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in all of us. And when we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates us. Marion Williamson. I want to say to you tonight that same quote that I just read should inspire you to be that light in some young child's life and show them a life beyond adversity and let them know that their end doesn't end in the hood, but this is just the beginning because you are their pathway to light and success. And I want to say to you tonight, what can you do in response to the speakers that have spoken and the appeals that have been made? What you can do, number one, is sign up and say, you know what? I'm one of those professionals. I believe I'm not perfect, but I have something to share that I can allow someone to shadow me and I can be a model to their life to show them a positive path. The second thing you can do is invest, because in just a few weeks, these young people are going to be going back to school. And one of the greatest components of what we're trying to do is instill in them the need to get a good education. And we want to make sure that they have the supplies and everything that they need to go back with so that there's no excuses for their learning. And everything we're going to do is going to take money. And not only that with the school supplies, but scholarships and other events that we want to do. And I want you to dig deep in your pocket and think about it and pray about it and say, what can I do to help launch Life Beyond Adversity to the next level and help change our community one child at a time? Thank you for your time. God bless you. Good night.